We're back with another episode. We're back with another episode of Riots Season 3. Lord have mercy on me. Oh, this doesn't focus, y'all. Sorry about that. Well, for the people watching on YouTube. Before you do anything, please hit the subscribe button. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're streaming, make sure you leave a review, like, comment, do what you gotta do. And yeah, we're gonna jump into the topic. And y'all already know what it is. I know y'all, if you on social media, you already seen what's going on. If you watch the news, like, y'all know what it is, and y'all know what the fuck it ain't. Like, so I had to come up here and, talk about it because this is important. I am an African American woman, and this is important to me. First and foremost, R.I.P. George Floyd, R.I.P. Ahmaud Arbery. I feel like too, the funny thing, that's what's so crazy about all of this is that I feel like just last week the Ahmaud Arbery thing had happened, because I feel like I brought it up. I didn't bring it up as a topic, but I definitely think I said R.I.P. to Ahmaud Arbery. So that was what the problem was for me. Like, I haven't been posting on social media about George Floyd like that. None of that. I haven't been doing that. Like, I'll leave a comment under the shade room, but for me, it's all just so much. Like, I felt like the Ahmaud Arbery thing just happened last week, and I'm like, is this gonna be a thing where I'm posting RIP every week or every day because of police brutality? Like, is this gonna be something I'm doing? So it was just, and number two, it was just shocking to see somebody pass away on social media to me. Even though this is something we've been privy to, hip to, it's just like, wow, like, this is crazy. Like, it's really, really crazy. So for me, I wasn't really able to post on social media. That's why I see some people like, pay attention to who's posting, and oh, this won't mess up your brand aesthetic if you post about George Floyd or protesting and things like that. It's not even about that. It's about being in a state of, I don't want to even say shocked, because I'm not shocked by any of this. This has been going on for years. It's about, you ever like been in a situation where like something crazy is going on, but you gotta remain calm, but you kind of like sit back, but you remain calm. You're not really like going crazy. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I feel like it's just so many things on my mind right now that it's like, and then like social media is like, that's all I see on my social media. I mostly follow African American people. Some of the people who are white are still saying things and posting things, and I follow people, which I'm proud of, that are pretty politically savvy, pretty DK. So that's all I've been seeing, and it's a lot. It's a lot on your mental state, especially that's what I don't get. Like, we in the midst of a pandemic, and even in the midst of the pandemic, Black and brown people are already getting COVID at a disproportionate rate, right? A lot of African American people, minorities, lost their lives to COVID, right? That was already problem number one. And now we still got to deal with police brutality during a time where we have a stay-at-home order. Like, what the hell is actually going on? Like, it's just too much. Like, it's so much already going on. People losing their jobs, people getting sick, people just have all the anxiety in the world right now, and we still, now we got to deal with this. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just like a lot. Like, it's just a lot. It's really, 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 really a lot. So let's get into what happened. If you guys don't know what happened, the officers put their leg in George Floyd's back. One of them put it in his neck, and then he lost his breath. He couldn't breathe. He kept saying he couldn't breathe, and then he passed away. And during a time like this, what first happened before all the protests happened, and we'll definitely talk about protesting. for me, I couldn't post because I was just like, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with none of this, like, at all. Like, I got so much on my mind already prior to all of this happening. For me, I got a lot of new things coming my way, right? We'll be starting a family. So y'all get the tea. The real tea. Yes, I am pregnant. I'll be bringing a baby boy into the world, and he'll be African American. He'll be very African American. Okay, let's talk about it. So I'm just thinking like, damn, shit hit different when you see this, right? And I gotta raise a son in this type of world, a black son in this type of world. Like, so for me, I was thinking like, okay, like, what the fuck? Because things ain't changed. Like, this is not new, right? This been going on for years. We seen the LA riots. We seen Amadou, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but Amadou, I don't want to say his name wrong, we've seen Sean Bell. We've seen all of this. This is Rodney King. Like, this been going on, right? And we've been protesting. And we've been rioting. And it's 2020, and this shit's still going on. You know what I'm saying? It's been going on since the 90s, the 80s. Like, stop. Like, this has been going on for years. So, for me, I was like, all right. What can I do or we do to elicit real change? Right? That's what I really wanted. Was like, what can we really do? Like, I mean, dead ass serious. Like, protesting, I believe, does help. It brings awareness, and it brings a little bit of proactiveness. Like, for instance, with the Ahmaud Arbery thing. That thing happened 2 months ago, and they didn't arrest those people. Like, we just killing people and not arresting them? Like, that's weird. Then when it started posting on social media, then they arrested him within like 4 days of it being on social media, but it still happened. That video, I don't think if that wasn't recorded, would that police officer even had been arrested? Probably not. So I do believe in protesting. I do believe in stuff like that. And we're gonna get into more about why I believe in protesting and the looting thing and all that stuff. I was just thinking, like, how can we really make a real change? Like, that's all I've been thinking about. Like, I can't focus on everything at once. Sorry, social media, you want me to be I don't know what you want me to be, but I can't do it all. Okay? So I'm just like, dang, is this gonna ever change? Should I leave America? Because at this point, it's looking like y'all may not want to hear it. I don't know if it will be change. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like black people, African American people, we in this alone. Like, y'all think it's gonna be a change? Like, I don't know. I really don't. Especially like NYPD, LAPD, like these type of like big infrastructure police departments. They run these cities. Like, the police department is a very strong unit. Like, they stand by their people. You feel me? Like, they don't want to see their people in jail. They don't want to see their people dead. If you kill a cop, it's going down. Like, they really stand by their people. And with that is a recipe for destruction, right? So I've just been thinking of ways like, how can we really change? And I think one of the things is that the first thing I was thinking was like, maybe the police department, they do need new training, because that's not the first time I've seen a police officer put his leg in somebody's neck. Just the other day when the dude was defending the guy that they tried to beat up for not wearing a mask, the man put his leg in his neck and he sat on his back like he was a fucking horse. Like, and I was just like, why are we who does that? Who puts their leg in people's neck? I think that shit is weird. Like, is that something they're teaching them in training? I heard that is not something that is a part of the training process. And even with Eric Gardner, they said that they've been stopped telling police officers to stop putting people in chokeholds. I think they need better training, and I think they need mandatory psychiatrists. Like, they need help. Like, I think they're really not up. They don't have it all together up there. Like I don't care if you're a police officer. It's certain things you should know to do and not to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like something ain't right up there. Like, I'm dead ass. Like, if somebody's saying they can't breathe you and just keep sitting on their neck, y'all just be two-piecing people in the street because they yelling. Y'all just gonna just snuff them. Y'all, like, the other day, they, beat some girl down in the train station in front of her daughter. Like, to me, you ain't, your screws is loose. Like, you need help. You need help. So I think one of the things they need to do is mandate that. And I think they need to put laws in place. Like, you ever take the train or the bus and, like, they'll say, if you assault a bus driver, you have 3 years in prison. I think they need to put a law or like a law in place where if a police, they say, look, if you kill somebody on the job unlawfully, they weren't unlawfully. That's really what it is. They weren't armed or nothing, and you kill them, you get automatic time in prison, and you lose your job and you lose your badge. Cause it's just like when you at work, right? They have rules and regulations in place, right? They say if you steal, you lose your job, right? They say if you sexually harass somebody, you lose your job. If you do this, you lose your job, right? And what we all care about, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. If you don't work for yourself, mostly you don't really give a fuck about your job. You might give a fuck about it a little bit, but you don't really give a fuck about it. What you give a fuck about is that check and your livelihood and making sure that your family is good and making sure that your bills is paid. That's really, 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 nobody want to talk about it, but that's really, really, really what you give a fuck about when it comes to work. When it comes to your job, right? So if you give somebody a job as a police officer and you tell them, look, your livelihood could be on the line if you accidentally kill somebody unlawfully, I think we can see change. Because you're going to go to jail. Now you're going to have a police record. Then you're going to lose your badge. You're losing all your livelihood. There has to be change. But let's get into why they don't want to do things like this, right? The truth is, what I believe they do, I'm not 100% sure, but when they in those trainings, they say, look, at any point in time, you could lose your life on the job. And I'm pretty sure as a police officer, at any point in time, somebody could bust a cap in your ass. There's some people who really about that life. They'll really shoot a police officer, which I think is insane, but they will. They will kill you. They will kill you before they go to jail, which is weird because you're going to still go to jail regardless if they find out who did it. But they do feel like at any point in time, their life is on the line. They're also very prideful, like, you're a police officer. You're of a high honor. And I would say to be a police officer, had they not been so crazy, it is an honorable job. It really is, because if you do it right, you protect citizens every day. You put criminals in jail. You're protecting the community. That's your job. That's an honorable ass job. Every day you put your life on the line. You're always on the front line every fucking day. You dealing with crazy, nutty people. You're dealing with murderers. You're dealing with robbers. You're dealing with criminals. Like, do you want to deal with a criminal? Like, it is an honorable job, but y'all make yourself look dishonorable when y'all do stuff like that. Like, are you really protecting me? You get what I'm saying? Like, are you really there for me? Are you really rocking with me? So they do get a little power trippy, and they get carried away. They get really, really carried away, and they feel like, you know what? When you know that you have an honorable job position, you feel you're not gonna let nobody disrespect you. So when a cop comes to you or anybody, and you see like videos where you see people like, fuck you, you fucking pig, da 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 da, then they just start two-piecing them off the rip. They just start punching them, beating them up and all that, because they feel like, you're not gonna disrespect me, I'm a police officer. And for me, I get that, because sometimes I do see videos like that and I think it's mad cringy to disrespect the police officer, because it's just cringy as fuck. Like, it's just weird. But I do also think that, like I said, it goes back to their mental state. Like, obviously they fucking with you and you need to relax. Like, just arrest them. You don't have to fight them. Just put them in some handcuffs or whatever. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just so much that needs to be worked on when it comes to just African Americans and police officers, because you could tell they really scared. Like, they're really, really scared of African American people. Like, why are you so scared? Like, it's just it needs, something needs to be done. Like, there needs to be a change. It was something else that I was thinking of, because I'm just trying to figure out, like, how, like, you know, like, what can we do to, you know, see this change? So people have been protesting. Boom. Looting, right? Minneapolis. And let me tell you right the fuck now, I was here for Minneapolis. I was, some of y'all may look at it like, really? I was proud of them, because I felt like, this is my thing, I felt like in Georgia, Ahmaud Arbery got killed and hunted down, basically, by retired police officers. These people wasn't dressed in police gear. He was just running a neighborhood that was predominantly white, and then they killed him, right? Georgia should have been on Minneapolis time, if any motherfucking thing. You feel me? So I felt like Minneapolis was on some, like, I really looked at that state, that city differently. Like, wow, they not fucking around. That's how I looked at it. Like, they're mad. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, some of y'all looking at it's some, y'all may not know, y'all may not be privy to, but there's some people who really think like they look stupid doing that, right? We're gonna get into all this. So, when I saw Minneapolis giving it up like that, I was proud of them, right? I was like, wow, they're really mad. Like, they lit up 3 precincts. Like, that speaks volumes to me. Like, I was in disbelief. That's why I'm stuttering, because wow. And then let's get into them looting Target. Let's get into them looting Target. Okay? A lot of y'all was like, what did Target do? Fuck Target. Okay? Target is gonna be fine. A lot of y'all not privy or may not know that Target, through COVID, because remember, Target has been open, their online sales alone has went up 228% in sales. They're fine. They're going to be able to clean that store up in a month or even a week or 2. I've seen it. I've worked in retail. I worked in building a new store, and we had that store up in a week. I think less than a week. Okay? They're going to be fine. Target is fine. I don't even give a fuck about the insurance. They're going to be fine. Even if they didn't have insurance, they still would have been good. And let's get into it. When has Target ever stood up for anything black? Like, I haven't seen it. Put me on game. Because the Ahmaud Arbery thing happened, 2 weeks ago. They didn't say anything about Ahmaud Arbery. It took for them to fuck up y'all store for y'all to speak on it. Let's get into the real tea, right? But mind you, majority of their workers are minorities. Do these companies ever, like, I remember 2016 when a lot of, like, this is when Black Lives Matter started with Trayvon Martin, right? A lot of these companies wasn't even, you know, asking if they minority workers was okay, saying, look, we apologize for all the stuff that's going on in the black. A lot of them wasn't even doing that. Like, would they have done that for their workers? And them Target workers is busting their ass during this COVID shit. Would they have done that for them? You get what I'm saying? What would y'all have done? Y'all would have never said nothing had that store not got fucked up. And that's what y'all not understanding. Because I'm even looking at my job like, are y'all gonna fucking say something? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, they would have never said nothing had that not happened. They said, we just wanted to say sorry to the family. Y'all should have been saying that even if they didn't fuck up y'all store. That's just me. Because we spend a lot of money in Target. The black spending power is $3.9 trillion. Not billion, trillion. And we shop in Target. And a lot of their workers are minorities. But y'all expect them to go to work every day with a fucking smile on their face and do customer service. Meanwhile, people is dying in their community and y'all not speaking on it. But that's another story, right? And a lot of people are like, oh yeah, they're protesting, but they're fucking up their city. They're fucking up their communities. Minneapolis is different. Minneapolis, I think they did fuck up their city. Like, But that situation was so unique because it happened there. But after that, the other protests that happened in other states, that wasn't their fucking community. Like, for instance, I could speak on New York City. They did protests downtown Brooklyn. Downtown Brooklyn is rich, money. That's not a minority community. That's not our community. That's not a black community. Downtown Brooklyn. Downtown Brooklyn is where Fort Greene is. It used to be a black community, right? Boerum Hill, Clinton Hill. Those areas are not our community. Like, the 1 bedroom down there is like $5,000, $3,500 for a 1 bedroom. Like, stop. That's not our community. Where else they was at? 14th Street. They did one on 14th Street Union Square. 14th Street Union Square is not a minority community at all. There's a bunch of restaurants down there. The apartments down there cost mad bread, probably more than downtown Brooklyn. That's not our community. Most downtown areas, when they say downtown in most cities, are not our community. I don't know if y'all visit other states. You know how they be like, where should you go? They say go downtown. Downtown is where there's a lot of restaurants. That's where usually the Supreme Courts and stuff are. Those are not our community, so stop. They was it Atlanta, didn't they spray paint up CNN? Y'all think CNN is in the hood? Y'all think that's in a black community? They gonna put a CNN studio in a black community? Stop. Wake up. They in Chicago, they looted a Nike. When have you ever seen a Nike in a black community? A Nike store? You might see a sneaker store, but you ain't never seen no fucking Nike store. Stop. Wake up. In Atlanta, they looted a Gucci store. When have you seen Gucci in the middle of the hood? Stop. When have you honestly seen Target in the middle of the hood? Okay, so stop saying that they're fucking up their community. A lot of y'all say, yeah, that is our community, no matter what. DK, but dumb communities, they gonna be fucking good. They gonna clean that shit up because the white people not gonna have it. They gonna make sure that shit get cleaned up, period. Okay, so everybody will be fine. Everybody will be fine. So I need people to really get on board with what they're talking about when they talk about these protests. Like, oh, y'all fucking up y'all community. Like, stop. Like, stop. I think Minneapolis did, dabble in their community a little bit, but they was in the moment, and that's why they did that. So y'all better get hit, boo boo. So yeah, y'all better get hip to it. Like, stop saying that they protesting in the hoods. They're not. From what I've seen, y'all could be right, but from majority of the video clips I've seen, these areas are not the hood. And let's talk about looting, right? I do feel like lately it's looking a little strategic. The stores that they picking, like I said, in Chicago they picked the Nike. Then I saw they looted Gucci. Like, it's getting a little more specific, a little strategic. But I do feel like they took a life. Gucci may not have done it, Target may not have done it, but has Gucci spoke on the black community? Like, it's just material things to me. And I might sound fucked up, but it's just material things to me. And I think we just angry. And y'all gotta remember, a lot of these people, before the George Floyd shit was going through it, like, we've been locked in the fucking house with our own mental stability. It ain't all there. Like, I know I be in this house and I be thinking about shit that happened 5 years ago, losing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people got a lot of shit on their plate, and then to just go on social media and see like, oh, and if I go jogging today, I might get killed. Like, it's a lot. So all of this is anger, and I know that y'all some people say like, you can't handle anger that way. It's just, we tired. Like, if I gotta sit in the house and think, what can we do to fix this something, and I'm not the president, I'm not a governor, I'm not a mayor, I shouldn't have to worry about that. That's not my fucking job. That's not the job that I asked for. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just a lot. And let's get into it too. What the fuck is actually going on? Like, first we dealing with COVID. Then we stuck at home on quarantine. Then the police is still killing African American people. And then our president is on fucking Twitter complaining about Twitter in the midst of a fucking racial crisis. Like, America is looking real shaky right now. Like, I'm looking at this country like, really? Like, is this a place I need to be? Like, for real. Like, we look fucking insane right now. Like, I hope y'all know how crazy we look right now. Like, we look crazy. And we supposed to be the land of the free. And we look fucking insane. Okay, people? I hope y'all know we look fucking crazy. Like, I'll be looking at my timeline like, yo, we look fucking crazy. Like, I never thought I'd see the day. And then not only that, after all of this, we gonna be even more fucked up. Y'all know that, right? I hope y'all know that. Like, our economy is gonna be fucked up. There's 40 million people on unemployment right now. Even, we don't even know. We don't know. Like, because even after they say, okay, y'all can go back to work, will all these people get jobs back? Some of, I mean, you could be on furlough, you could be laid off. How long is it going to take for us to find a new job? Businesses are closing. People are going bankrupt. These retail stores is closing in the midst of a crisis. Restaurants, small businesses. People losing their jobs, their livelihoods. Like, we really in a fucked up time. Like, and in the middle of this, the police is killing black people. Then we got protests going on. America is in fucking flames. Like, y'all better wake the fuck up. Like, open y'all fucking eyes. Like, shit is getting real out here. Like, and I know some of y'all like, this been going on, but it's looking crazy. This, having social media, having a phone, it really makes you really open your eyes. And that's why I haven't been posting. I've been very observant. I'm very, very observant to everything. And I'm just trying to grasp everything and think. Through the whole COVID situation, during quarantine, I think I said this on maybe the Black AF episode, one of the episodes. I've just been a sponge. Like, I've been really like trying to educate myself on so many things. And just learning things, especially like politics wise. And I've learned things about populations of cities and money and how things work with spending, because I'm not only, I had to do so many changes during COVID. I am on furlough. I had to file for unemployment. I had to get Medicaid. Like, I had to do things I never thought I would have to do due to COVID. So it just made me see what it was like being in these positions, right? Being on Medicaid. My dentist office told me they don't take my Medicaid, and I'm just thinking like, why? It's health insurance, it's dental insurance. They said they're gonna pay for it. Why you don't want to take it? So it made me educate myself on Medicaid and unemployment. You know, I learned, you know, how much they spent on unemployment just in New York alone. They had to spend $2.9 billion on unemployment. So that made me learn, you know, about budgeting in New York. Like, I'm like a sponge. Like, I'm just trying to teach myself everything and just learn everything during this time. So when things like this happen, I'm just like trying to retrieve the information and see what can we do differently and how can we grasp everything and what the fuck is actually going on. Because I feel like I said this in, I think, the Black AF episode, or maybe the episode 1. And you can check everything in the description box below. If you need to catch up on this season, Brit Says is where the fuck it's at. If you need to really grasp my mind and really just take it all in, hit the subscribe button, check me out in the description box below. I have a link to the seasons and all the seasons of Brit Says. But I've just been trying to grasp everything and just educate myself on everything. And I was saying, I think I talked about it in the Black AF episode, is that a lot of y'all just go on social media and y'all just listen to everything and pay attention to everything you see. And what y'all don't understand, like I said, I had to learn, was that a lot of people are not privy to social media and about clickbait titles and how people word things to get your attention. And I noticed that even with the Shade Room, like, they'll say stuff and people just read the title and then they comment. Like, I'll read a title and then I'll Google it and then I'll do more research on it before I even comment on anything. Like, I want to make sure I know what I'm always talking about at all times. Like, I want to make sure my stats is on point, period. Like, Because people gonna call you out on some shit and you need to know what the fuck you talking about. And a lot of people never know what the fuck they talking about. They just paying attention to what they see on social media. They paying attention to your opinion and her opinion and his opinion. And they want to be a part of the scuttlebug. And they don't know what the fuck they talking about. And now you look stupid. So I think this is a time to really educate yourself before you speak, before you comment, before you do anything or say anything. And that's just that on that. So I've been paying attention to a lot of things and just trying to figure out, like, what the fuck is going on. And with all of this, I just feel like one of the top things I was thinking that, you know, African American community needs to do, we really need to do something revolutionary. And I think the only real way, like real talk, for African American people to really just get a fair share, a fair shot, is to start our own community, start our own America. Because I'm in a weird space, but I don't think we're going to see change. The only way we can see change is if we create it. And I think that African American people need to revolutionize and start their own community. I know, like, Fela Kuti did that in Nigeria. I remember I was watching Killer Mike's Trigger Warning on Netflix, and he spoke about it, and he made an episode, like the last episode. I'll probably link y'all, tell y'all about it, but he spoke about creating our own community. When I said creating our own community, I mean our own economy, our own money, our own everything, our own banks, our own stores, everything. Because our own police, like, we ain't gonna survive in America. Like, y'all, if y'all ain't opening your eyes, we got fucked up the most because of COVID, because our health insurance, a lot of us don't have health insurance. A lot of us don't have a lot. We always at the bottom of the barrel in America, the minority community. We getting killed by the police and they supposed to protect us. It's like nothing we could really do. It's too far. We too far gone now. Like, that's the only thing we could do is be revolutionary and create our own community, create our own economy, and leave America fucking behind. Cause they don't give a fuck about us, and that's just that on that. They don't give a fuck about us. I think that's the only thing we can really do, and they gonna feel the heat because, like I said, the black dollar is worth our spending power is $3.9 trillion, people. And if y'all not privy, America is $24 trillion in debt. So y'all need us just a little bit. You feel me? They gonna lose that. During COVID, if you didn't know, I think 40% or 60%, I'm not sure, are a lot of the frontline workers, right? We the ones who working in Target. We the ones working in the fucking supermarket, Walmart, nurses, doctors. A lot of those jobs was by minority people that was on the front line for y'all. The UPS, FedEx, the people delivering the packages. African American, minorities, Hispanic. We do those jobs. So if we leave America, who the fuck gonna do it? Because we not. Wake up. Y'all better wake up all the way up. So I just feel like at this point, that's really the only thing we could do. It was too far gone. We not only are we too far gone, we're too far behind. Like, in order for us to even lift up in America, I think we wouldn't even live to see it, honey, because we so far behind. Like, shit not gonna change. Like, it's so many racial divides with us. Like, even at work, you barely see black CEOs and corporations unless you built the business. Unless the black person built the business, then they're the CEO. But you will never see. I don't know. Amazon will put a black person in an executive position or something, or Target even. You get what I'm saying? Do you see black executives? Rarely. We always at the bottom of the barrel. How are we gonna fix that? We just gotta create our own community. Y'all definitely should watch the episode with Killer Mike Trigger Warning. It's funny and sarcastic, but he's serious. And it talks about it, and do your research on Fela Kuti. Hopefully I'm not saying his name wrong. I don't think I am. He revolutionized in Nigeria. He had started making music of his own. He built his own community because he ain't like what they was doing. Okay? Like, we gotta really... I feel like that's all we could do, because America is not going to protect the black community. They're not going to protect us, and that's just that on that. Though, what I will say is that for us as black people to build our own community, it's going to be a lot of work. And when I say a lot of work, I feel like we're not even prepared to do that. And I say that because we do have a lot to work on. And that's something that nobody want to talk about right now, because they're saying like that's not the point right now. But it is the point in order for us to really see change. If you want to build a community, gun violence in the black community is prevalent. You've seen it. Pop Smoke. They had some New York artist named Blicky. I forgot his name. He died. Gun violence. The stuff we do, the crimes and stuff we do, like, we have to really work on ourselves before we can build something for ourselves. There's so much stuff we do need to work on as a black community. Just how we treat each other, how we respect each other, how we fuck with each other. Because guess what? We could build a community and it could be a disaster. It could be a fucking tragedy, right? If we're going to have people on the front line for us, like if we're going to have officers that are African American, we need to respect those officers. Sometimes we don't respect our black owned businesses. We don't respect our own people. Black men constantly disrespecting black women. Let's get into it. So it is something we do need to do before we can ever really build something for ourselves. Like, we really need to work on ourselves first before we do anything. Anything. We need to work on ourselves. I think building a community, building our own economy, banks, stores, our own targets, and just finding a place where we could just have a place for just African American people, and these racist ass American white people could leave us the fuck alone. You don't even gotta be bothered with us, honey. You don't even have to do anything. You could leave us the fuck alone at this point, because y'all it's really looking shaky right now. That's what it's looking like. It's looking shaky. Like, I don't feel safe. Like, we can have our own school system. Leave us alone, please. Like, you just, please. Bye. Go. I think that's really the only thing we could do as a black community, is just build our own community, build ourselves up, because it's nothing we could do. Like, I really be feeling like that. Like, yeah, y'all could go protest. We've been doing that for years, and it's shit looking worse, because they catching the shit on film. Like, they not... Nothing's gonna change, you know? That's just how I look at it. And, you know, that's just that on that. That's my opinion on all of this stuff going on. Since I've been quiet on social media, you can follow me on at _Instagram. On Instagram. Like I said, hit the subscribe button. Hit the post notifications bells. Leave a review, like, comment. And I will see you guys next week. Well, hopefully, I will definitely try to come up here with something more positive. That I will try to do. As long as nothing crazy happens where I feel like I have to speak on it, definitely next week I'm going to come up here with something more positive to just push us through this quarantine, through this racism, through everything. I'm gonna be here for y'all. And yeah, I just want to thank y'all for definitely always coming up here. And I hope you guys gain a lot from this episode and just get a lot to think about. And yeah, I will see you guys